Good morning, students. Welcome back to the science class. Now we are discussing about our sixth chapter, tissues. Last class we discussed up to complex permanent tissue. What are the types of tissue found in plants? Meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and internodal meristem. Then permanent tissues are derived from the meristematic tissues. The permanent tissues are divided into two: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Today we have to say about the animal tissues. Animal tissues, the fundamental unit of life is cell. All the living organisms, their body made up of cell. What is cells? Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. The cells are combined to form a tissues. The tissues means the group of cells which are similar in structure or work together to achieve or perform a function. Then animal tissues. Animal tissues are of four main types. They are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue. Then epithelial tissue again classified into squamous epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, glandular epithelial tissue. Then muscular tissues are three types: striated muscular tissue, unstriated, and cardiac muscular tissue. Then connective tissues are blood, bone, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, areolar, adipose tissue. The last one is the nervous tissue. The nervous tissue consists of nerve cells called neurons. Dear students, each tissues have different, they perform a specific functions. Epithelial tissues are found in different regions of the body, they perform different functions. Then muscular tissues found in different parts of the body. The muscular tissue is striated, unstriated, and cardiac muscles. Like this connective tissue help to connect the body parts. Then blood, bone, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, areolar, adipose tissues are the connective tissues. Nervous tissue, it can transmit the impulses from one part of the body to other, especially it carries impulses to the brain, and it make the body to respond against this impulse. Nervous tissue made up of nerve cells called neurons. Let's see the epithelial tissue and its function. Epithelial tissue is the covering or protective tissue in animals. It forms the outer covering like skin, then outer covering of organs, inner lining of blood vessels, lungs, esophagus. The main function of the epithelial tissue, it protects the body and controls the movement of materials between the body and the surroundings and between the parts of the body. The cells are closely arranged and have a fibrous basement membrane. The main function of the epithelial tissue is giving protection to the outer organs, outer covering of the organs and blood vessels, esophagus, lungs, etc. Then it has some other functions also. It helps for filtration, absorption, secretion, etc. The first one is squamous epithelial tissue. It consists of a layer of thin flat cells. It is present in the lining of blood vessels, lungs, mouth, esophagus. Where we can see these squamous epithelial tissues, You can see these squamous epithelial tissues in the blood vessels, lungs, mouth, esophagus. The skin has several layers of epithelial cells. This tissue is called stratified squamous tissue. Then the next one is columnar epithelial tissue. It consists of tall pillar-like cells. Squamous epithelial tissue consists of layer of thin flat cells. Underline these differences. Then columnar epithelial tissue consists of tall pillar-like cells. It is present in the walls of the intestine. Very important. Columnar epithelial cells. The main function of columnar epithelial cells is to absorb the nutrients, the materials mainly found in the intestine. The columnar epithelial tissue found in the respiratory tract has hair-like projections called cilia. This tissue is called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. So, columnar epithelial tissue mainly found in intestine and respiratory tract. In the respiratory tract, on the surface of columnar epithelial cells, we can see small hair-like outgrowth that is known as cilia. So, columnar epithelium is known as ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Then cuboidal epithelial tissue. It consists of a cone-shaped cells having a basement membrane. Cone-shaped cells. It forms the lining of the kidney, tubules and ducts of salivary glands. Mainly the cuboidal epithelial cells function the segregation and filtration. And it provides mechanical support. The last one is the glandular epithelial tissue. Sometimes this epithelial tissue folds inward and forms a multicellular gland which secretes substance. Glands meaning it secretes some secretions. This tissue is called glandular epithelial tissue. This glandular epithelial tissue mostly they secrete mucus and also they secrete some enzymes. So glandular epithelial tissue function is secretion. See these pictures. These are the different types of epithelial tissues. First, pseudostratified ciliated columnar, epithelial stratified squamous, simple columnar, then stratified columnar, simple cuboidal cells. Simple cuboidal cells found in the stomach, then basement membrane is in the rectum, the simple columnar in the intestine, simple squamous in the liver and also the lungs, stratified squamous, esophagus, pseudostratified ciliated columnar in the salivary glands. This is very important. You should draw these diagrams in your science notebook. The next animal tissue is muscular tissue. What is muscular tissue? The tissue found in the muscle is known as muscular tissue. Connective tissue help in the movement of the body. It consists of elongated cells called muscle fibers. Then muscular tissue, it contains a special protein called contractile protein called myosin and actin. Muscles are the tissues made up of a number of cells. The muscular tissue contains a special type of protein called myosin and actin. Both the proteins are help for the contraction and relaxation of this muscular movement. Muscles which can move under our will are called voluntary muscles. Muscles which do not move under our will are called involuntary muscles. Just to ask, can you give an example for voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles? Voluntary muscles, example, the muscles found in the leg, hand, because these movements we know that the movement of the hand, movement of the leg, everything takes place by our consciousness, conscious mind. But the involuntary muscle, example, intestine, movement of the lungs, the heart, everything. These involuntary muscles, the actions of involuntary muscles takes place without our consciousness. So they are known as involuntary muscles. The muscular tissues are classified into three types. One is striated muscle, unstriated muscle, cardiac muscle. Striated muscle, they are voluntary muscle found in the skeletal system of our body, having light and dark striations. The cells are long, cylindrical, and are multinucleated. Many nucleus. The cells are long, elongated shape, and multinucleated. They are also called skeletal muscles because they are attached to the bones. They help in voluntary movements of the body. You know the skeletal system. The muscle found in the skeletal system is muscular skeletal tissue, or otherwise called striated tissue. It helps for the voluntary movements. Unstriated muscles, they are otherwise known as smooth muscles. Again, we can call it as involuntary muscles. They are involuntary muscles, have no striations. Striated muscle, light dark striations are there. Then the cells are long and spindle shape. Striated muscles are long and elongated shape, long cylindrical shape. Here unstriated muscles are long and spindle shape and uninucleated. They are present in alimentary canal, the digestive system, blood vessels, bronchi, a small tubes of the lungs, iris of the eye. They help in involuntary movements. You know the difference between voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary means the actions takes place by our consciousness. Then actions takes place without our consciousness is known as involuntary actions. Then cardiac muscles, they are involuntary muscles having faint striations. The cells are long, cylindrical, branched condition and multi-nucleus. Each cell contains many nucleus. They are present in the heart, help in the contraction and relaxation of the heart, help in the pumping of the blood, help to the contraction and relaxation of the heart. See this picture. Cardiac muscle found in the heart of the human body. Skeletal muscle cell found in the skeletal system. The smooth muscle cells found in the inner organs, that stomach, intestine, and these diagrams are very important. Smooth muscle, skeletal muscle, and cardiac muscle. Let's see the connective tissue. Connective tissue connects and joins the different parts of the body together. The cells of the connective tissues are loosely packed. They are loosely arranged, and the space between the cells are filled with a jelly-like matrix. The connective tissues are classified into 6 types: blood, bone, ligaments, tendons, areolar tissue, and adipose tissue. First one is blood. You know, blood is a liquid substance. It helps to connect all the parts of the body. It is a fluid matrix called plasma, which contains red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. The blood transports gases, digested food, hormones, and waste material. It connects all the parts of the body. The next one is bone. Bone is a hard and strong tissue. Bone full made up of cells, osteoblast cells. Then they are very strong tissue. It consists of cells which are embedded in a hard matrix. The cells contain matrix. What is matrix? Jelly-like substance like cytoplasm containing calcium and phosphorus. Bone form the framework of the body and support the body and main organ. What's the function of the body? It provides shape to the body. It protects internal organs. Then it helps for movements. Then bonds or the reservoir of the blood. Bonds help to produce blood cells. RBC, WBC, everything is formed from the bone. The next one is ligaments. Ligaments are flexible tissues which joints bond together and help in movements. It is a flexible tissue. It helps to join bonds. Two bonds are joined by ligaments, help in movements. Tendons, the fibrous tissue which join muscles to bone. Join bone to bone connected by ligaments, muscle to bone connected by tendons. Did you understand that the difference? Ligaments is found between bone and bone. Then tendons help to connect them muscle and bone. The next one is areolar tissue. It fills the space between skin and muscles. This areolar tissue fills the space where the skin, muscles, inside the organs, around blood vessels. Wherever the space is there, that space is filled by this areolar tissue. It helps to repair the tissues. It helps to repair the damaged tissues. Then adipose tissue found below the skin and also between the internal organs. It contains fat and help to store fat. In lower class you have studied this. Which tissue help to store fat? The adipose tissue help to store fat. See this picture. This is the components of the blood. Red blood cells, platelets. Platelets are irregular shape. Red blood cells are disc shaped structure. White blood cells, blood plasma, water content, liquid content of the blood. Then types of WBC. WBC is 5 types: basophil, neutrophil, eosinophils, lymphocytes and monocytes. What is erythrocyte? RBC is otherwise called erythrocyte. What are the types of WBC? There are 5 types of WBC: basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil, lymphocyte and monocyte. See this picture. From this picture you can understand that what is tendon, what is ligaments. Ligaments bind bone to bone, joint capsule in between, that is the white color patches, that is known as ligament. See the tendons, the muscle tissue, skeletal muscle connected with the bone by tendons. That connective part is called, white color part is called tendons. This is the difference between ligaments and tendons. Once again, ligaments help to connect bone to bone. Tendons help to connect muscles to bone. See this picture, different type of tissues: areolar tissues, adipose tissues, cartilage tissue and bone tissue. You know what is bone tissue? The bone cells are combined to form a bone tissue. Already you know bone tissues are very strong. It provides skeletal framework or it provides shape to the body. So it is very strong tissue. Adipose tissue help to store fat. Then cartilage tissue. Cartilage is also known as flexible bone. Cartilage means flexible bone. Where we can see this flexible bone, you know that tip of the nose. You touch the tip of the nose. There you can see that flexible cartilage. It also helps to connect to the bones. Then that pinna, ear pinna. In the ear of that you are wearing the stud, that region is called pinna. External ear, external ear part is known as pinna. That pinna is made up of cartilage. Cartilage is the flexible bone. It also help to connect the bones. The last one is the nervous tissue. What is nervous tissue? Nervous tissue help to carry messages from one part of the body to the other part and responds to stimuli. Mainly nervous tissue is found in the brain, spinal cord and nerves. It consists of nerve cells called neuron. The basic unit of nervous tissue is neuron. Neuron, it is the largest cell of the human body, neurons. I think in your lower classes you have studied the structure of the neuron. See the picture, very very important. Someday they will ask this neuron structure for 2 mark question or 3 mark or 5 mark question. Structure of a typical neuron. See the picture. The neuron, it is a cell. What are the parts of the neuron? Actually, it is a cell. A cell is made up of some cell organelles and cytoplasm, nucleus, everything is there. Like this neuron contain cytoplasm, nucleus, then the branched part of the neuron is called dendrite. The main important region of the cell is known as cell body. It leads to fiber-like structure that is known as axon. Axon is covered by one membrane is called myelin sheath. Then this axon fiber contains a special cell called Schwann cell. Then the last end part is called axon terminal. Axon terminal. The axon terminal of one neuron connected with the dendrite of the another neuron. Like this, all the neurons are connected. At last they form a nerve. Number of neurons combine to form a nerve. Then structure of neurons, it has a cell body containing, the cell body is otherwise called cyton. Here they didn't mention. See, that is the cell body is otherwise called cyton. The neuron has a cell body containing a nucleus and cytoplasm. It has a hair-like structure called dendrites and a long part known as axon having nerve endings. The axon has a protective covering called myelin sheath. The neurons are joined together to form a nerve fibers. Nerve. Nerve fiber means number of neurons. What is neuron? Nerve cell. The number of neurons combine to form a nerve fibers. The junction between two neurons is called synapse. The junction between two neurons is called synapse. See the second picture. There you can see that synapse area. The junction between two neurons is known as synapse. Okay, thank you students. Sixth lesson is over. You read the textbook thoroughly and yourself you prepare some questions. Okay, thank you students.